Hello everyone. Let's get situated, let people get into the room here. Thanks for joining my happy hour. Just give people some time to get in here. You could, hello Danielle and all the other people getting in. Ooh, I love seeing some names I haven't seen in a while. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Rebecca. I'm going to give everyone some time here. Meanwhile, it is happy hour, so you can start, if you've poured yourself a drink, begin to enjoy it. For those of you who are coffee or tea drinkers instead, I have that as well. Notice my throwback Raylon mug. Enjoy whatever your beverage of choice is. Cheers to you as well, Steve. We'll get started in maybe 30 seconds. So in case, one last opportunity to get your drink in your glass filled. These are definitely unprecedented times, so much that I'm doing my first Facebook Live video. So things are getting interesting when that's happening. So hopefully I'm doing it right. I think I am. I'm glad you already started happy hour, Brian. I'm proud of you. Actually, I've never done this before. This is cool. You get to see all the people talking at the same time. All right, so why don't we get started? So just to get us kind of acclimated here, I know what you're thinking. First of all, Josh, it's 4:30. How can it be happy hour already? But given the times that we're in, and I'm not referring to St. Patty's Day, I felt like pushing happy hour up 30 minutes was in order. So thank you for allowing me that indulgence. The purpose of our Facebook Lives, we're going to try to do these. I'm going to try to do these fairly frequently. Maybe not every day. I don't know if I can have happy hour every day. You guys might start to judge me, but is to really share the ideas and things that are happening and be an information source for you guys. I mean, obviously, we at Art of Business, I personally care about all of you. This is, really tough situation our industry in particular is going through. So we want to try to be a resource. And so the purpose of happy hour is to actually bring you information. Today we're going to go over some ideas. These are ideas that many of you, what's really incredible is the creativity. That's what I love about this industry and working with you guys. The creativity I've seen from our customers already has been pretty incredible. So we're seeing a lot of these things happen. You may have come up with some of these ideas on your own. So we're going to try to share some ideas that we see salons doing. And that's what today's going to be about. Next one, if the timing works out, we want to try to get maybe an attorney on maybe tomorrow or the next day and talk about what this new bill that hopefully is going through Congress as we speak. Who knows when it's going to pass, and what the details will finally be. But we think there's some things in it that will help us and help you. And so we're going to have someone walk us through that too. That should be the next one. So with that, let's get into it. So just to put some qualifier, every state's a little bit different right now. Not every salon is officially closed in every state, but I'll tell you that in Pennsylvania they are. And I know in New Jersey it's not mandatory yet, but a lot of them are closed. So the ideas that we have here are under the assumption that you've either chosen to or been forced to close for a period of time. So these are ideas on what you can do to create some revenue and do something while your doors are closed, and it's a really tough thing. So and so these are all ideas that we've culled together. They're not formally vetted, and I'm not even really endorsing them. I'm just sharing them. So you might find some of these just totally not for you. Don't judge. Just take the ones you like and let the others just wither away. So let's first get into gift certificate sales. So I'm sure you've already thought of this and you've seen some businesses already doing this. So I want to talk to you about some ideas that are all relating to gift certificate sales on what we've seen some people doing that I think have some really good nuggets in this. So first of all, selling gift certificates right now to your clients can be a way to generate some cash flow when you're going to need it most. Yes, are you mortgaging the future of your business a little bit? You are, but I think these are, this is a crisis. So I think it warrants that type of decision. So one idea that we saw, which I thought was really cool and doesn't even involve discounting your services, is simply offering packages. Maybe there's incentives to buy them. Maybe it's just, dollar for dollar, $100 gift certificate gets you $100, but it gives you VIP rebooking access. So basically what we're saying is, hey, when the salon's open, it's going to be jammed and it's going to be hard to get an appointment. So if you pre-purchase and pay up front for your future appointment, we will give you VIP access to book before we allow everyone else to book. That could be a huge incentive for all the women that have roots that are showing that are going to want to get in. And so you might find being able to make some money or get people to prepay just for the access to getting an appointment. So that's one idea. Now these can all be done in concert with each other or separate ideas. Another idea is that you could tie a retail purchase. I like this one too because it's not discounting straight up. So buy a $100 gift card, pay for it now, and then when your service occurs, we'll give you free shampoo and conditioner or whatever it is. So the thing I like about it is you're getting the full amount of the service up front when you need to cash the most, and the discount isn't coming off the service and on the back end, it's coming off product, which they may not have even been purchasing them from you. So it isn't a straight up discount. So you can incorporate any one of those. Of course, you could just do packages and discount the services by a $100 gift certificate for $80, things like that. We're seeing a lot of that. I will tell you, a small salon in Philadelphia has been doing this already for 2 days and raised $11,000 in cash in 2 days. So this can be a really huge way to generate cash flow. The one thing you may want to consider though, unlike what you normally do with gift certificate sales, if you feel like you need to get your stylist some revenue now when they need it, what you may choose to do is actually give them, if you know it's a loyal client of theirs and they're going to go to your stylist, this particular stylist, you may want to consider giving them their portion of the commissions up front. You certainly don't need to do that, but it's a way to get them money. And then, of course, you wouldn't have to pay for the service. You wouldn't have to pay the employee when the actual service occurs. I would also encourage you, if you're going to do that, to have the stylist share in the discount or whatever incentive that you're giving your clients. Another sort of version of this, but it's a slightly different twist, is actually pre-booking specific appointment times. So rather than doing a gift certificate, basically saying, hey, you're taking a calculated risk that the salon will be open. So maybe you say April 1st, we think we're going to be open. Literally pre-booking appointments, pre-paying for those appointments, and then giving some heightened benefit, whether it's just being able to have access to the book or an incentive to prepay for that service. And I think if you do all this in concert with the presentation to your clients, that they're helping their local small business, they're helping support the hairdresser that they love, that you might find that some of them are really willing to support you with some of these ideas. So, so I think that pretty much, you get the gist of the gift card sales. There's obviously a million variations, but that's something that you may want to really look into. All right, so the next thing is retail. There's a couple things that we're seeing some salons do with some real success to at least stay in the retail game, which is not obviously going to solve all your problems, but it's better than nothing. If our clients were planning on coming to us and getting shampoo and conditioner when they visited us, and now they aren't visiting us, and why make them go to Amazon or have them go somewhere else online? So one obvious solution to this is Art of Business has My Salon to Me, many of which you are already signed up for, which basically gives you an e-commerce store. We ship, pick, pack. We're going to stay open as long as the government allows us to, so that we can fulfill your My Salon to Me orders. I will tell you, we've seen a 4 times increase so far in My Salon to Me volume, because I know a lot of salons that have it are aggressively promoting it. So if you're not a My Salon to Me salon, talk to your salon business specialist or call us directly. We can get you signed up pretty quick, and it will allow you to sell to your customers online. And then once you're signed up, there's all kinds of creative things you could do. You could really do tutorial videos. You could literally have your stylist individually promoting it and do something to incentivize them in terms of income to individually be promoting it. You could be promoting, we sell something called Conceal from Euphoria, which is to cover your roots. So if they can't get into the salon to color their hair, they could buy concealer or some other brand of root concealer via your online store. You could do FaceTime consultations hair consultations to recommend products and then use My Salon to Me or an e-commerce platform to ship it to them. Or if you don't want to get into e-commerce, you could literally simply have them pick it up curbside or deliver it to them. And one salon, what they're doing is they're actually having their style. They created a deal where for this period of time, their stylists will get extra commission, a meaningful amount of commission on a retail sale. And they're basically saying, hey, go into business on your own, sell it to whoever you want to sell it to, deliver it to whoever you want to deliver it to, and just have like little separate business, almost like Girl Scouts selling Girl Scout cookies. That sounds like a silly analogy, but just to help them use retail to keep just some money coming in. All right, so that's that idea. Let's move on. So this is one that is potentially contentious. However, I've seen at least 10 salons do this already, which is to allow your clients to do their own hair color at home. And basically, why let Madison Reed or any one of those other at-home hair color services, take our business from us, especially at this time. So the idea behind what we're seeing is maybe would be a FaceTime. If it's an existing client, you know the formula, you create a custom formula for them. They would purchase the formula for a particular price. Usually this is for single process or glazes. And you could deliver it to them. If they're close to the salon, they could pick it up curbside. It usually would come with a bowl and brush or a color bottle. We did stock up just recently on color bottles. So if you need those, you could buy them from us. And I know some salons, Ashley, I don't know if you're saying what because you're aghast at my idea, but I think what they're saying is desperate times, let's charge them some, create some service revenue number that's probably less than going to the salon, but a lot more than selling them a retail color. And then what you could do is you could actually have a FaceTime consultation with the stylist to help them apply it in their home. So literally, you're going to apply it with the stylist there. So instead of being there personally, you're going to virtually be there. And I see some comments that people are already doing this. Mallory's doing this right now. So I think the idea that you can incorporate video in the salon, in the home with them. One other point you want to think about is it has to be done within an hour. If you're going to mix the color, the color is going to oxidize. So you need to make sure you have some sort of schedule set up. I will tell you that Salon Clouds, Dylan, everyone knows Dylan who does the app. He is designing an app just for this as an emergency for salons. So you can organize collecting the money, doing the video consultations, and scheduling the appointments because you literally need to schedule them like they're coming for a service because you have to time the hair color mixing. So anyway, whether or not you think that's a great idea, I can tell you some salons are doing it, and this is crisis mode, so take it or leave it. One thing you may want to also include is gloves too, if you're doing this in your kits. Okay, one other idea. This might sound like desperation, but I saw a salon do it, and I actually thought it was pretty creative, which is, this is merely just to help your stylist, is they're allowing clients to tip their stylists in advance for future appointments. So they're using Venmo to do this, and they're publishing the Venmo codes, but if you're going to come in and you're going to tip your stylist anyway, you can accelerate the tip. So it's a way to get some pocket money to the stylist. And I think given the situation, we're seeing clients that are happy to do it. So so that's one other idea. Another one that you may want to consider, which is not a sales idea, is your rent. So all of us are going to be paying rent whether we're open or not. And I have an expectation that landlords, in some cases, are preparing for the worst. And depending on your landlord, what you may want to negotiate is taking a portion of a month's rent and respreading it over the rest of the year, and just having a heart-to-heart. I mean, they understand this is a dire situation for a lot of us, and I think that in some cases landlords would work with us. Some of them won't, but it's certainly worth a call depending on your what your landlord is like. You know what? It's happy hour. I haven't had a sip of my drink in a while. By the way, this is my special occasion tequila, so I don't know what everyone's drinking. Feel free to tell me what you're having right now, but I thought this was a special occasion. All right. So here's another idea that I saw. Now this may seem somewhat, when I first heard it, I thought, it seems a little desperate, but I think if it's packaged right, it could work. The analogy I thought of, if you go to a sporting event, they have these 50-50 raffles. I don't know if anyone's ever done that or heard of that. Basically, it's a raffle. Everyone buys raffle tickets, and half the money goes to the person that wins, and the other half goes to whatever the organization that puts on the raffle. So, sorry, someone said they're drinking Fireball and Coors Light. That's good. So to do a raffle in support of your staff is one way to approach this. So basically you say, hey, we're trying to support your local stylist, and we're going to do a raffle. You're going to give something away, but whatever your proceeds come in above and beyond what you give away are going to go to the staff. So it's a way to possibly raise money. I don't really understand totally how that would work, but I figured it was worth throwing out there in case anyone wanted to expand upon it. So I think that is my list for today. I'm seeing a ton of comments come in, and they're happening so fast, I'm having a hard time reading them as they're happening. So, it's actually Mallory's adding that she's doing online styling classes. I think that's a great idea, Mallory. Someone else told me about that, where what you could do is instead of just doing tip your stylist in advance, or maybe for the raffle, if you don't want to just you don't want to just give away, ask them for money for nothing. What you could do is you could sell online video consultations. So basically, whether it's a hair tutorial, whether it's just, hey, get a chance to talk to your hairdresser for 15 minutes about your hair, which maybe normally you don't get that time, and have them pay for that service. And of course, they know that part of the reason why they're doing this is to support their stylist. They might not say, hey, is it worth $50 to have a hair consultation at home or a hairstyling tutorial video? Maybe it's not, but it's better than just asking for a donation. And maybe you can package that with one of these other ideas, whether it's the gift certificates or something like that, or these VIP access to booking appointments, that it comes with a personalized hair consultation via video. So I think that could be incorporated into something like that. So I think my commitment was to try to keep this to about 20 minutes, and we're about at 20 minutes because I've seen a lot of webinars already since this coronavirus thing, and they drag on, and sometimes I think less is more. So plus I need something to talk about next time. So here's what I would ask for. Here's my takeaway or my call to action for you guys. Whether it's actually on the Art of Business, one of the Art of Business social channels, some of the ideas you guys are throwing out, I love it. Our mission is to try to organize these, package them, gather them, and then share them with you guys. And I think that if we could be a resource in that way, hopefully we can make a difference for you. So please send some of that to us, and we're gonna, in subsequent happy hours, I'll share them. And then again, very soon, whether it's tomorrow or the next day, we're gonna try to have a happy hour specifically about the bill that's going through Congress, because I think there's some provisions that are gonna matter to us. And we'll have an attorney break it down. I know we don't all salons don't have attorneys on retainer, employment lawyers, and so we're going to get one for you to talk about how it impacts everyone. So I would say for everyone else, for everyone that has your drink, this is your chance to do a final cheers. Thanks for joining my happy hour. I'll finish the way I started, which is just how much I and Art of Business appreciates you, our whole team, everyone. We're thinking about what you guys are going through. Of course, we're sharing in this misery as well, but we're gonna be here as a resource to help you through it. So I'll see you next happy hour. Bye.